you for?
Jennifer Lopez.
Who's Jennifer Lopez?
Me.
I love you so much.
Oh, thanks.
Can I give you a hug?
No, thanks.
Please?
No, thanks.
A little one.
Yeah, no, thanks.
Oh.
That was a nice moment. I don't know who that was.
Hollywood Reporter says, who is this?
I don't know.
Fame can feel like an impenetrable shield, something that protects celebrities from the mundane aspects of everyday life. However, that shield isn't always as invulnerable as it seems. Despite their star power, even the most famous people have moments where they are completely overlooked, unrecognized, or even humiliated by their lack of visibility. These encounters are often humorous, occasionally awkward, and can offer a glimpse into the personal side of the most beloved stars. For celebrities, these forgotten moments provide a rare opportunity for introspection, humor, and humility. They serve as a reminder that fame, for all its perks, does not make one immune to the vagaries of life. In fact, sometimes being ignored is part of the deal. Here, we'll take a deeper dive into some of the most memorable stories of celebrities being ignored and how they responded with grace, humor, and humility. Adam Sandler's humbling IHOP experience. Adam Sandler is known for his unpretentious nature and his down-to-earth persona. After decades of playing comedic roles in films like Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, and The Waterboy, Sandler has built a reputation as one of the most relatable stars in Hollywood. In fact, much of his charm lies in his ability to blend seamlessly into everyday situations, looking more like a regular guy than a multi-million-dollar movie star. In one particularly amusing story, Sandler found himself experiencing the very human feeling of being unrecognized when he went to an IHOP in New York City in 2021. Dressed casually with a baseball cap pulled low over his eyes and a face mask covering much of his face, Sandler hoped to enjoy a quiet breakfast with his daughter without drawing attention. When they arrived at the restaurant, the hostess greeted them with a polite but firm "there will be a 30-minute wait" without skipping a beat. The Sandlers agreed to wait. As they stood near the entrance, the hostess continued to ignore the man in front of her, despite the fact that he was none other than the famous comedian. Sandler did not push for special treatment or try to get the hostess to recognize him. He simply stood there, waiting his turn, just like any other customer. The situation quickly became humorous when Sandler's daughter, who had also been oblivious to the fact that they were in an IHOP with an A-list actor, pointed out the obvious to him: "Dad, they don't even know who you are." Sandler chuckled, clearly enjoying the irony of the moment, but made no move to introduce himself. After all, he's someone who famously avoids using his celebrity status to get preferential treatment. Eventually, they left the restaurant with no recognition and no special VIP treatment. Sandler's ability to laugh at the situation, rather than letting it become an awkward or frustrating moment, is precisely what his fans love about him. He later joked about the situation in a social media post, humorously commenting that maybe it was time to finally get himself a name tag for moments like this. But the story didn't end there. Adam Sandler would later team up with IHOP to launch a charitable initiative to support children's education. By doing so, he turned an everyday, somewhat embarrassing encounter into something positive, showcasing the humility and generosity that has made him beloved by so many. Rather than letting the incident define him, he used it as an opportunity to give back. Jay-Z's sweet subway encounter. Jay-Z is no stranger to attention. As one of the world's wealthiest musicians, a business mogul, and a cultural icon, his presence commands respect. But in a story shared by the rapper himself, Jay-Z found himself in an entirely different and rather humbling scenario when he rode the subway in New York City. It was just another day for the rap mogul. He boarded the subway, attempting to blend into the crowd while keeping a low profile. He wore a casual hoodie and cap, hoping to enjoy a peaceful ride without the usual paparazzi or fan attention. As he settled into his seat, an older woman sat down beside him, seemingly unaware of who he was. She struck up a friendly conversation, asking about his day and his plans. Jay-Z, ever the gentleman, responded kindly and engaged in the conversation, answering her questions without mentioning his identity. Just another day, he told her when she asked what he was up to. It wasn't until the conversation naturally turned toward careers and professions that he revealed, "I'm in the music business." The woman, still unfazed, casually replied, "Oh, that's nice. What kind of music do you make?" It wasn't until Jay-Z said, "Actually, I'm Jay-Z," that the woman's eyes widened in recognition. "Oh my God, you're Jay-Z. "I didn't even know," she exclaimed, flabbergasted. Jay-Z, ever humble, simply laughed it off and said, "It's alright, I just wanted to ride the subway like everyone else today." This encounter became one of the most charming tales from Jay-Z's career. While many celebrities might be frustrated by such moments of anonymity, Jay-Z's down-to-earth response demonstrated that he was content with being a regular person. It showed that even the most famous of celebrities don't always need the spotlight. He later reflected on how, in that moment, the anonymity allowed him to just be himself without the pressures of fame. Keanu Reeves' subway act of chivalry. Keanu Reeves has earned his status as one of the most beloved and respected celebrities in Hollywood. Known for his roles in The Matrix, John Wick, and Speed, as well as his off-screen reputation for kindness and generosity, Keanu has endeared himself to millions of fans. However, what makes him even more relatable is his genuine humility, especially when he's unrecognized. In one heartwarming story that quickly became viral, Keanu found himself on a subway in New York City, simply trying to get from point A to point B. With his scruffy beard, casual attire, and unassuming demeanor, Keanu blended in with the other passengers, most of whom didn't recognize the star sitting among them. But as the train crowded, Keanu noticed an elderly woman standing, struggling to keep her balance. Without hesitation, Keanu stood up and offered her his seat, demonstrating a level of grace that many fans have come to expect from him. The woman, unaware of who he was, simply thanked him and sat down. Keanu returned to standing, continuing his quiet ride without fanfare or drama. What was remarkable about this moment was not that Keanu gave up his seat, but that he did so without any expectation of recognition or admiration. He simply did what any kind-hearted person would do. The story, shared by fellow passengers, touched the hearts of fans around the world. Keanu's act of kindness wasn't performed for the cameras or for publicity, it was simply the result of his deeply ingrained humility. He never asked for attention or fanfare, his gesture spoke for itself. In a world where celebrities often expect preferential treatment, Keanu's quiet humility stood in stark contrast, proving once again why fans adore him. Travis Scott's frustration with fan confusion. Being famous can also mean being constantly misidentified. Rapper Travis Scott, for instance, has had his fair share of mistaken identity moments. One particularly memorable incident occurred at a concert when an overenthusiastic fan approached him, excitedly asking for a photo. However, when they got up close, they realized they had mistaken Travis Scott for another rapper at Rocky. At first, Scott was taken aback. He'd had enough of the mix-ups between the two, but he played along with a sense of humor. The fan apologized profusely, clearly embarrassed for having confused Scott with another famous artist. However, Scott, who is known for his fiery personality, did not take kindly to the mistake. In a now viral video, Scott could be heard telling the fan, "You think I'm a dollar ape Rocky," with a sharp edge in his voice. The situation, however, quickly de-escalated as Scott took a deep breath, reminding himself to remain calm. "I get it, you just saw a famous rapper, but it's me, Travis Scott," he said, trying to smooth over the awkward situation. While this interaction might have seemed like an uncomfortable and embarrassing moment, it's also a stark reminder of the pressures of celebrity life. There's a fine line between being flattered by the attention and becoming frustrated by the constant confusion. Travis Scott's frustration is understandable, but he quickly regained his composure, understanding that these moments, though annoying, come with the territory of fame. Reese Witherspoon's run-in with law enforcement. Reese Witherspoon's run-in with law enforcement is another example of how fame doesn't always offer immunity from the challenges of everyday life. In 2013, Witherspoon was arrested in Atlanta for disorderly conduct after a police officer stopped her husband, Jim Toth, for driving under the influence. What made the incident particularly noteworthy was Witherspoon's behavior at the time of the arrest. As her husband was being taken into custody, Witherspoon became visibly upset. She repeatedly demanded to know the officer's name and questioned whether he knew who she was. "Do you know who I am?" Witherspoon asked, an infamous line that is often cited as an example of a celebrity trying to use their fame to avoid the consequences of their actions. The incident was highly publicized and quickly became the subject of media jokes and memes. Witherspoon later expressed deep regret for her behavior, issuing a public apology and acknowledging that she had acted out of line. In her apology, she revealed that she had been stressed and upset, but that it was no excuse for her actions. The incident served as a reminder that even for A-list celebrities, their fame doesn't entitle them to special treatment in every situation. As these stories demonstrate, fame doesn't always shield celebrities from being ignored, misidentified, or subjected to everyday challenges. In fact, these awkward, funny, and sometimes humbling moments can offer a window into the humanity of the stars we admire. Whether it's Adam Sandler being mistaken for an average diner, Keanu Reeves quietly offering his seat to an elderly passenger, or Reese Witherspoon facing the consequences of her actions, celebrities are no different from anyone else when it comes to the everyday frustrations and joys of life. Ultimately, these instances remind us that celebrities, for all their fame and fortune, are just people. Their experiences of being overlooked, unrecognized, or even humiliated offer a kind of relatability that's often lost in the glitzy world of Hollywood. In a way, these stories help remind us that fame may open doors, but it doesn't guarantee recognition or exemption from life's more embarrassing or difficult moments. And perhaps most importantly, these stories show us that how we handle moments of being ignored or overlooked says a lot about who we are. Whether it's using humor, kindness, or patience, the way celebrities respond to these situations often says more about their true character than their fame ever could. If you were a celebrity for a day, what's the most random place you'd want to be unrecognized? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more fascinating insights into the lives of the world's most intriguing personalities. Thanks for watching Famenatics.